Alright, what up? So, today I'm checking out this game I played earlier on my Hellcat. After seeing Shadow Tinker's forum post and her getting her second mark on her Hellcat, I thought I'd just pull mine out and go for a spin or two in it. Sorry, Shadow Tinker, I already have 2 marks. So here we are, we're on Abbey, and right now we're just going to go ahead and try to find a nice nice spot to park my tank. Okay, now we got a few options. We are completely volunteer this game, so you got your typical camper position here at the base, and there's like a spot right around here ish, which will occasionally allow you shots down the lane, but ultimately I don't find it that useful. Now, the Hellcat has no armor and a pretty good top speed. Not exactly a good combination for newer people, but well, we're looking for long lines of fire, which, if I really want, this is pretty much the only spot on this map I won't be able to get it, over here on the river road. But obviously, there's going to be a few of us going to go ahead and try and camp bush. So try not to be in the same exact spot, in case artillery and or OI start pounding you. Now I see 85M go ahead and start taking the beating, so I know there's something down there, but there's this little patch of island out here that's kind of blocking my line of fire, so I'm gonna have to move around and try to find an angle, while also hopefully not bother the guy in front. So I'll just go ahead and kill steal this guy. But okay, I see Lorraine. Lorraine's just going to keep pushing up, and nothing else is being lit, so I'm going to move up to a closer bush in case they are even further back. So I'll be able to still fire. And oh, look, the OI. We'll go ahead and swap to the gold. Now, Hellcat has actually a really good gold round. Let's just see. I mean, the gun is basically the same as what you get on the M6, the Tier 6 American Heavy. When it has like pretty much a stupidly broken gold round. It's like 240 something pen on the gold, so this OI will just melt, along with anyone else who dares park their ass in front of me. So I realized after watching the replay that our poor Nashorn there is stocked with a 75. Poor guy. I mean, look at that. Look at that sad gun. Oh, it's just no fun. It's all about the long 88 on it, or go home. Nashorn's a great tank. It's very good at what it does, but it's not about the Nashorn right now. It's about the Hellcat. So I'm over here. I'm trying to go ahead now while the rest of my dumbass team is doing the obvious thing and doing what dumbass teams always do and just keep pushing down the lane, despite we got one guy already sitting right here at our doorstep. So I'm basically the only one who had enough thought to come back, and our VK over there is so kind to have quit this match. Or maybe he just didn't load in, hell if I know. I prefer thinking of him as a quitter. If I'm over here, I'm going to start using this area. This area is actually pretty broken as far as position goes. If you ever played this map from either side, especially from the other side, this spot over here will just make any movement into this cap a friggin' nightmare, because it's completely bushed up both ends, and you can't bush pretty good. So I pull out of there a little bit, go ahead and risk it for the biscuit, and I drop a nice shot on the Frenchie over there. He, being French, finds the reverse gear very quickly. And then I'm just trying to take a pop shot at that KD2, but we're really going to hold. This is where we're going to make our stand, because we have to guard this base. If they go ahead and ignore me, I'll go ahead and come out and pop them. Okay, this guy's just barely sticking his butt out. So what I did there was go ahead and move it so I get the most amount of tank in my reticle. So I'm not right next to the rock, because rocks tend to stick out like an extra foot. And that last one was basically, we're just firing on a prayer. But KV2's coming in, and KV2s just love finding Hellcats. So I gotta be cagey around this guy. I got this nice tree in front, aim down, and pop him. But we are actually close enough that the KV2 can spot us when we fire. So that's a bit of a problem. Coming back out, I don't want to pull out too far knowing that KV2's there. Especially knowing that he might be getting reloaded here soon. So that Frenchie got bored playing with our Nashorn and decided to come back, and he obviously has 6th sense and he knows he's been lit. He can't quite find me yet, so I just wait till I can make sure of my shot. Someone somewhere fired, don't matter, let's get rid of Frenchie. And we'll just go ahead and drop him again in our in the world's best hiding area. We got nice bushes so we can poke out and spot, and then we got this nice handy mountain here so we can go ahead and hide. Now, the T-150 did decide to come back. I don't think it was too far away, which, I mean, he's doing good. He will help me spot so I don't have to poke my nose out too far and get blasted by the KV2. But right now, the KV2's been unseen for a while, so I'm just kind of reversing out a bit, trying to see if he's getting a little sneaky. But he's not, he's just hanging out. But he's hanging out in a spot I have difficulty getting a view on. But when he is lit, I can go ahead and drop shells on him. Okay. And now, we're just kind of watching the KV2, but oops, Brass came in and took out our T-150. So now I'm holding this entire area on my own. We gotta hold here and make it work. And again, unfortunately, you have to assume the enemy has some level of intelligence and won't just keep sitting there in front of these bushes and keep popping out in front just to be shot in the face. You gotta start assuming stuff like the KV2 might, after about the 3rd attempt, have a brain cell and will try to come at you from a different angle, knowing you're probably still lurking around here. Again, you have to assume that, because finding out they actually are smart the hard way will hurt very, very much. I'm kind of sticking my butt out here. I'm just reversing out, because if I did find the KV2, I hit the forward gear and take off. Here's the Brass. I'm getting kind of fumbled with a bit of the terrain. We got a bump here, which is not helping me, but we're dropping shells on him. Now we're reloaded. Just come out, take him out, aim it in, and chill. Get our engine back. We gotta sit here and chill. We have to make sure we go dark, because we don't want to pop out and find a surprise KV2 pointed right at me. So again, let's go ahead and check our rear. Assume this guy has some level of intelligence and isn't just a Soviet heavy tank driver. But cap siren goes off. So we know the KV2 has moved through the cap. So he's here somewhere. So gotta be very careful. And we weren't lit, so we could just casually drop him. This is the power of this position here. You know, that is the power of this position. I have enough good view range to be able to spot outward of the really poorly camoed heavy tanks that try to push my cap. And I'm always checking that one end, checking the 8 line over there, and making sure nothing's creeping around my back. Okay, like I said, you have to assume they have intelligence. If they don't, it doesn't hurt to assume. If they don't have that kind of intelligence to, I don't know, stop jumping out in front of the Hellcat, and maybe try getting out and around him. You know, it's no harm, no foul, but you have to assume he will do that. That's just one of the things you gotta do as you're playing the game. You gotta assume they're smart. They keep getting shot from one direction. Maybe they'll think, you know, maybe I should go around the other side. But of course, it's the World of Tanks, so not too many are smart enough to do that. But my team did manage to keep clearing. But I mean, look at everyone who was with me. Only the Nashorn survived going down the river road. So this was a hell of a fight, and we managed to go ahead and just hold on here in this corner, and there's very strong likelihood we would have just simply lost if I hadn't been able to run back. Let's just assume the enemy did everything the way they did, but I wasn't here to do it. I wasn't here to start countering them. We would have been in some pretty big trouble. And then it would have just been a race to try and get back to the cap. It's just always important. You got to try to keep control of your cap. And thankfully for this map, we have this pretty broken position back here to really help us. And we're in a sneaky Hellcat, whose best attribute is just lying in the bushes and waiting for morons to come by. So this ended up 2,500 damage, and bulk of that came from fighting right here at our cap. And I believe I also got in a tank sniper out of this because we were pretty accurate this go around. But you know, this is all I got for you. This wasn't an ace because some other spotting, and we probably need like 3,000 damage. But this is all I got, so I'll go ahead and catch you later.